everybody, welcome to Terra Money TV. I'm your host, Joseph, and I got my co-host, Hank, here. We're going to be covering the latest and greatest NFT news in the Terra ecosystem. If you guys are not aware, this is a weekly series where we kind of compile the biggest news going on in the Terra ecosystem, specifically focusing on the NFT projects. I do this weekly. We release a thread. And I used to do this weekly on the DeFi side of things, and now we're starting to spread our wings into the NFT space. So we've gotten great feedback from the community. So thank you so much for everyone who's supporting us and liking and subscribing. So it's been a really great week for me, just kind of watching us grow. Hank, how has your week been?
Oh, it's been amazing. Yeah. We've been busy like talking with people and just like hearing about how much people like it. It's great to hear that. So
yeah,
we're excited to record this.
We've been experiencing like a lot of engagement, a lot of fan stuff. So it's like for me, I've been really excited just to be able to engage with all the protocol developers and like throughout the ecosystem. But like enough of us being grateful and thankful. But the link with there will be a link in the description with all of the tweets from this week's weekly roundup. That'll be an easy way, convenient way to kind of scroll through and look at what everything that is going on and for you to interact with. So without further ado, let's go ahead and get started on this week's developments. There was a lot going on. And first up, we've got the Skeleton Punks having a very strong week. I was actually in their Discord earlier today. We're recording this on Thursday, April 7th, and their Discord is popping. Their Discord is full of people engaging. There is a massive hype vehicle going through the Skeleton Punks team. And it's actually kind of exciting to see that after the unfortunate event with one of the co-founders stealing the value from the vaults. But this week, there was a Skeleton Punks DAO applications. They call it the Skelly Senator applications. They actually opened up and they had a very strong performance because I checked today, their application like channel is closed. Like that's not open anymore. And so I'm assuming they've already selected it or they have their candidates and there will be like a kind of a voting soon. And beyond that, they've also had a lot of partnerships with teams. They brought in 7/7s and they also brought in Luna Doodle Monkeys who are like partnered up with them and kind of like incentivizing the community to stay with them. Hank, what are your thoughts on this?
Yeah, I think it's a really like smart reaction to kind of like the uncertainty they had right after the mint and everyone was like getting rubbed, but it was also a really great opportunity for them to get a lot of like hype in the project. And so I think this is really smart to like take steps to try to stabilize it right away and like with a DAO and like making it trustless so that there's not this worry among holders, which could like cause the price to be super volatile. I like it. So.
Yeah, I do think that this is like a stabilizing moment for them. I mean, they're still hyped. There's people following them, despite the terrible, unfortunate event of their co-founder taking their funds. But it's really exciting to kind of just see how a community can just band together around like just a vision like this. But yeah. Super odd to see that phenomenon happening from a beginner perspective because I've never seen this like kind of hype vehicle carry a protocol through unfortunate events like this. I haven't seen it in my time in DeFi. Like when there's a rug pull in DeFi, it's kind of done for, But
totally.
yeah.
Yeah, talking about terrible events and DAOs. Talk about the LunaBulls DAO announcement as well. Just thought of that one in my head, but
go for it. Do you want to break this one down?
Yeah, sure. So basically, they're announcing their DAO. I think you know a little bit more about it than I do, but I thought it was really great to see both of these two projects announcing their DAO and Galactic Punks announcing theirs last week. It's really great to like see that happening in these Terra projects, like these blue chip projects, taking the steps to elevate themselves. And smart, especially sparked by Skeleton Punks, kind of brings them into the conversation with LunaBulls and Galactic Punks.
Yeah, and it seems like these DAOs are fleshing out, and the LunaBulls have kind of fleshed out their DAO, and it's super professional. The viewers can just like watch this video play in the background while you were talking, and it's a super in depth like it's like marketing professionalism like exuding through this, and it's just so well done. It really does show you what the LunaBull experience holder is going to like be experiencing when they go to there. You can see how they vote on props and stuff. And in tandem with this release, you can go follow the Bull Club DAO. This is where you can go kind of engage with them. But they also released this very in-depth Medium article, kind of just breaking down all that's going on over there. So it's like beyond just what's going on in terms of DAO. They also go into in-depth about how the treasury for the DAO is going to go. And they also talk about airdrops, what you can do to your LunaBull. There's like different tiers of toxicity you can give to it. So there's a lot of stuff here for a LunaBull holder. So if you're holding LunaBulls, this is a must read, must interact like article. So super bullish narrative here going on. Definitely check that one out. Let's go on to the next one. We covered this last week. Galactic Punks. So Galactic Punks has had a kind of a rough little week. They had some difficulties getting their validator back up live, but thankfully today, April 7th, they have announced that their second validator is fully active. And it is running. So they had to wait a long time to get people to redelegate because they had to get a certain amount of like Luna delegated to them to even like kickstart the new one. So there was like a grace period where they were like begging people to come like stake Luna with them. So you could see that in the Discord. They even did some giveaways on some GPs to just get people to come stake again. So if you're watching and you are a Galactic Punk validator staker, please go redelegate, go keep supporting their validator. It keeps their project alive. So super important. Hank, what are your thoughts on this?
Yeah, it's great to see them respond so quickly to this. Like, I think it was under a week, maybe right at it. So yeah, pretty impressed that they were able to like get that much back to get into the active set, because it was a lot of money to get in. And yeah, I think they have that link right to the validator for people if they want to see it. It's on Discord.
Yep, it's right there. It's going to be in this tweet. As always, there will be a link to the thread where we compile all of this week's latest and greatest news in the description. So huge development for the Galactic Punks. I'm glad that they could handle business right there. Next up is Levana. This one, I have been recently getting really excited. I went down a Levana rabbit hole this week. And there was a huge... The reason why I went on that rabbit hole was because there was a giant NFT whale that came into Terra, and he or she swept the floor on all of the eggs and nesting eggs on Levana. So there's a huge kind of little bit of a momentum with them. And this week they've kind of released a brief little synopsis of the updates going on, and it's very DeFi centric, DeFi focused, a little bit more developer stuff going on. But they did say that they're doing LBA. I'm not sure what that is, but I'm assuming that something to do with Delphi's changes on the Mars launch. There was a governance, like a Martian Council governance change up. So I'm assuming that there was something that happened there that's impacting Levana's protocol's rollout of their like farming event. So that's just this kind of an important little step there.
Yeah, very cool. I'm really excited to see like what Levana can do in like this merger of DeFi and NFTs. So yeah, it's just building excitement. I can't wait to like see the final launch, and it's good that they're like taking their time, I think, to really make sure everything's like set up right. And I don't know too much about what's happening behind the scenes, but I know that bad things can happen when you try to rush things out.
Yeah, for sure. And I think they are taking like massive caution. And there's something about the Levana team that doesn't focus on building like kind of that hype vehicle, because like they know realistically they're a year out from the game, you know? So there's just no need for them to even build up this hype vehicle and to just keep teasing their audience. They're inkling information to keep people interested, to keep knowing that they're working and they're like figuring this stuff out. But there isn't that like constant tease of a carrot at the end of the stick, you know? And hats off to them for just being there and just doing their work. I mean, do your own research, guys. Obviously, nothing that you hear in this video is financial advice. But this is a huge bullish project, in my opinion. A lot of stuff going on over there. So next up is going to be OnePlanet. So this is going to be the OnePlanet Spotlight. We're going to be focusing every week on what's going on to OnePlanet. Thank you so much for their team for kind of reaching out to us, showing us support. And this is one of the teams that we've been talking to, has been really kind to us and kind of like opened us with open arms and kind of connecting us with the different NFT projects that are in the space. And that's opening up doors for us to cover more content and to cover and have more relationships with developers in the space. And so this one is pretty big. Playable Fantasy. We've been covering Playable Fantasy for a minute now, but Playable Fantasy's mint is coming up April 9th. So that is 2 days from now. When this video goes up, it will be April 8th. So you will have one day to go mint your Playable Fantasy cards and stuff. So if you're an MLB fan, this is your chance to go kind of make money, make some yield off of your MLB knowledge. Hank, are you excited for this? Because I am.
Oh, I'm super excited. I've never played fantasy baseball, but I've played fantasy football every year since I can remember. And yeah, I'm excited to see that come to Terra. And yeah, I'm probably gonna have to get one of these. So
Yeah, for sure. I think it's the dawn of a new era. A lot of people don't. I think a lot of people are underselling what Playable is doing.
yeah,
Not financial advice, but I think that a lot of the crypto nerds are not sports nerds, and specifically fantasy sports nerds. You know?
yeah. There's a niche opportunity here for
Yeah.
people who can capitalize. And I love what Playable's doing, like kind of pushing the like doing new things with NFTs that we haven't seen before, like utility NFTs, like gamified stuff. It's super interesting and love to see more of it.
Yeah, and I think they're getting away with with little spotlight in terms of like community hype. I don't think people realize how big this will be.
Mhm.
I think a year down the line, I think people are gonna look back and they'll be like, "Holy shit! You guys remember when Playable destroyed the entire fantasy sports scene?" That's gonna be we're gonna look back and everyone's gonna be like, "We didn't see the coming." We'll be
Yeah.
able to be like, "We knew."
Yep.
Next up, we're going to cover real quickly. Congratulations to AR Cluster. AR Cluster is a very small project that only minted 100 unique planets. They're going to be kind of like an open source project where people who hold their NFTs on the planets can kind of create lores and interact with this history and the story of the planets themselves. And they sold out in 12 minutes. That's really, really surprising. I honestly didn't think there was going to be that much of a writer interest in the project, but it seems like I've been proven completely wrong. So who would have thought that the new NFT did not see this coming? Hank, what are your thoughts on this one?
Yeah, it's super cool. Like, yeah, this is another project that's doing like not a lot of like it's just using the NFTs for like cool things. And
Mm-hmm.
I love the like decentralized story that they're kind of building here. It makes me
Mm-hmm.
wonder, like, yeah, like who owns the like intellectual property to this? That's probably
Yeah.
an important. Who, if they want to make a movie out of like one of these planet stories, is it the NFT holder? Do they own it?
Yeah.
That
That's
that could be really cool.
the digital ownership conversation is starting to happen. And I
Yeah,
think that this is a very interesting application for writing knowledge and for building a project with people who are buying and holding, you know?
for sure.
Um, so super interesting little mechanism there. Obviously, we can tell why OnePlanet decided to sponsor them because it seems like OnePlanet is just trying to pick very niche projects who are finding use cases that are very interesting for NFTs. You know,
Totally.
so I think this is just another long line of lineage. Next up is Anarchist. This is your baby. This is the one that you brought up to me. What's
Yeah.
going on with Anarchist?
Yeah, so they just minted and then they just listed on the secondary market. Is that today, right?
Yeah.
And yeah, super cool project. They seem to get like I've seen tons of support for them just all throughout Twitter, like on different threads with like people asking what they should mint, like tons of people with anarchist profile pictures. I think they look sick too. Uh, I don't know what they're going for right now. I'll have to check that out because that's
Mhm.
a project, yeah, I've been watching for a little bit and I love it. So
Yeah, I know that there's a lot of hype for this one. Like like you're not the only one to have pinged me on this project. I had a lot of people who were like, "Yo, you gonna get in on Anarchist?" I'm just like, "What are you talking about?" Because
yeah,
there's just so much going on in this space. But to have multiple people reaching me out to me for a project, that's gotta say something about the team and what they're doing. So I definitely recommend people to check out what's going on over there at Anarchist. So secondary live market for 48 hours. So when people are watching this video, you will have about 24 hours remaining to potentially be in a giveaway. I think if you go transact and purchase an anarchist on Knowhere Market, you can be entered into a potential of getting a free one. So good opportunity to go grab one.
yeah.
All right, community chat. community chat for this week for me, I found this thread just out of random luck, but it's focusing on Levana, and it was part of this is what sent me into that Levana deep rabbit hole. And it is a monster thread compiling everything that Smisson. I'm sorry if I mispronounced your name, but incredible thread. Very, very in depth, covers what Levana team is doing, their vision, their execution, and even like goes into depth about the team themselves, and that the CEO or the developer for the person that's ahead, the founder of Levana, is actually a member for the Luna Foundation Guard, which I did not know. So that's actually really interesting to see that. So if you are not in Levana and you have a lot of questions, read this thread, because this thread is a monster and it goes into massive detail for a value proposition. Hank, are you a Levana nerd yet?
No, I've tried so many times. There's like, I feel like I'm so like behind. It's almost hard to like get in. I need to like just sit down and just like read it all to catch up and get to that point and just bite the bullet and do it, because I hear so much about it, and like I love like things that I've been hearing about it, and from this research I've done, yeah, it's very interesting.
Yeah.
And yeah, this thread too, I need to check out as well.
Yeah. I mean, it's just a world to dive into. I this past week I've been realizing like how much is really going on in the NFT space, and it's super exciting because there's just so many projects in their very early stages with stuff going on within them. And everyone has like their own little niche that they're pursuing in the Terra ecosystem, which is really interesting to see how all of these different pieces will flesh out like a year from now. Like which one of these projects will still be around a year from now, you know?
Yeah.
So it's really exciting to just kind of be able to just research and dive deep into them. All right, so next up, we're going to be covering stuff really quickly. This is going to be part of the segment of the video where we kind of just touch up on new project radars. This is just something quick on what stuff we've noticed that happened this week. Quickly, this is like an Astro Heroes. I know a lot of people out there are huge and bullish on Astro Heroes because of like that whole metaverse angle that they're going. And this week, they have opened up their gallery, where if you're an Astro Hero holder, you can go connect your wallet and you can go kind of experience being in a little bit of a same room. You can meet up with up to 8 other people. I'm pretty sure your hero NFTs will kind of be displayed on a wall, and you'll be able to chat with people and text chatting and meeting people inside of the hero gallery. So this is a beta version. So if you go there and it's broken, please do not flame us. They say it themselves that this is a new experience for people who are playing with and the metaverse and kind of going to interact. So cool, bullish little thing going on over there.
Yeah, really cool.
Do you want to talk about this one?
Yeah,
go for it.
The Lunatic Clubhouse. Real quick, you just saw this. Came across like my Twitter feed this week, and they seem to be partnering with a bunch of like of the top projects, and they're doing a clubhouse where they're making these different projects compete, and I think a series of mini games, and we can see the rankings here on like which projects are finally going to get in. And am I right that it's the top 7?
Yes, top 7.
Cool. Yeah. So excited to watch this. It's really cool to see like NFTs. Yeah, I love like the collaboration between projects here.
Yeah, and it seems like that's what the Lunatic Clubhouse is doing, and that's why. Yeah. I mean, it makes sense why they called it Lunatic Clubhouse themselves. Is that like, I mean, it quite literally is like the 7 here will go into season 1 of their Clubhouse, which I think is a comic. I don't know, so definitely do your own research on that front. But yeah, people are like, if you're huge active in the Skeleton Punks, which Skeleton Punks are leading the journey right now, they're top of the leaderboard. Again, another testament to how crazy that cult is right now. Yeah. Not a cult, but I guess community. That community is nuts. I haven't seen anything like the Skeleton Punks community since I've seen Galactic Punks. And their spread is like everywhere, man. Those people are dedicated to that team. Next up, we're going to be touching on Minerva. I was really excited about this one. I'm starting to explore wines. So this is my partiality. I do love wine. And Minerva has announced their second wine distributor, and this is going to be in the Catalonia region in between, where they kind of speak a variation of Portuguese and Spanish. And it's a very beautiful region. And the specific region that they're in, they kind of get to produce very unique grapes because of the altitude and the aridness, a whole bunch of like bougie wine stuff. But they've selected them, and this is like their second wine vineyard that they're going to be part of. Hank, are you excited for the wine opportunities here?
Oh, totally. Yeah, I haven't quite taken the dive in wine as deep as you. It seems like I don't know too
Yeah.
much about their wine, about the grapes here, but it's great to see them like continuing to form these partnerships. I think I was in a Twitter space like a month or something ago with someone they might have been partnering with from Portugal. If my memory's terrible, so I'm probably wrong about that. But yeah, it's great to like see that, and I'd be excited to get some and try this out.
Yeah. Super exciting developments there, but thought we should shout this out, kind of included, just to kind of like, it's cool to see the bridging effects that one DeFi protocol has on the real world, you know?
Totally.
But yeah, that's going to cover this week's news. We actually were pretty selective this week, short video compared to last time.
Yep.
But the goal is to keep bringing good content, good information for the NFT investors in the Terra ecosystem. And I think we're doing that. And if we aren't doing that, please put in the comments, put everything that you guys want us to cover. If we missed any news, please flame us, tweet at us, put it in the comments, say something. And if you're from an NFT project and we didn't cover your stuff, please reach out to us. We'd love to engage. Can't guarantee that we'll give you a spot because we are kind of dedicating this for just community information. But regardless, if we missed any kind of news, please let us know, because we want to make sure that this is a good informative series. Hank, do you have anything for the people this week?
Not a whole lot. Yeah, let us know what we should be covering if we're missing anything. It's hard to keep up with everything, so the more eyes, the better.
Yeah, the more eyes, the better. And we're all going to make it at this point. So thank you guys so much for tuning in. This has been Terra Money TV. We will see you guys next week and the next NFT Weekly Roundup. Bye.